The Jazz Hour, when Central's lights dim and hearts open. Hello, dear. Perhaps you found me during a quiet moment with your evening wine, scrolling through your phone after another day that felt both too long and somehow never enough. Or maybe it's past midnight and you're still at your desk, that familiar blue screen glow, the only lights in your office. I'm writing this from a corner table at a jazz lounge 3 floors above the Giller Street, where the bass line of autumn leaves is making everyone forget they have 8 a.m. meetings tomorrow. My vodka martini sits untouched, ordered 20 minutes ago, but I got lost watching the beautiful contradictions unfold around me. You see, Central after 11 p.m. has this particular magic. It's when we stop being LinkedIn profiles and start being human. The entrepreneur at the bar, swirling his merlot like it holds answers, I recognize him from pure fitness. Every morning at 6 a.m., we nod at each other in the changing room. That silent acknowledgement between dawn warriors. But here, wine replacing protein shakes, he looks different. Smaller somehow, or maybe just more honest. Haven't slept properly in 6 months, he tells the woman beside him. Her name is Sarah, though he doesn't know that yet. She's the one who runs on the treadmill next to mine every Tuesday and Thursday. Sarah laughs, that knowing sound. 8-figure exit, and I still wake up at 3 a.m. with phantom emails. She swirls her burgundy. My therapist calls it success PTSD. The saxophonist shifts to round midnight, and I find myself drawn into their orbit. That's the thing about Central after midnight. We all eventually converge. Success PTSD, I repeat, sliding onto the bar stool next to them. I like that. Mind if I borrow it for my next existential crisis? They turn, and there's that moment of recognition. Gym girl, morning coffee queue regular, we've been orbiting each other for years. Christine, I extend my hand. I headhunt executives by day and question all my life choices by night. Tom raises his glass. Tom, I optimize everything except my actual happiness. Behind us, half hidden in shadow, someone chuckles. The logistics air from my Wyndham Street nights. He raises his whiskey in our direction. Michael, he says simply. Former Empire heir, current coding teacher, professional family disappointment. Sarah turns, intrigued. How former? 6 months, Michael says, moving closer but keeping that central cool distance. Close enough to connect, far enough to escape. Left a corner office for a classroom in Sham Shui Po. Brave, Sarah says. Or stupid, Michael counters. Depends on who you ask. My mother votes stupid. I laugh, understanding too well. I built 2 companies during COVID, while everyone said I was crazy. My relatives still ask when I'm getting a real job. Real job? Tom shakes his head. My investor texted at midnight asking about burn rates. My ex said she was tired of being my side hustle. He pauses. She wasn't wrong. This is the dance we do in Central after 11 p.m. Sharing wounds like credentials, keeping it light enough to bear, heavy enough to matter. Marcus slides over with another round. He knows our rhythms, our needs. Ladies and gentlemen, he says quietly, welcome to the midnight therapy session. Cheaper than my actual therapist, Sarah admits, and better music. Speaking of which, I say, watching the basses lean into a particular melancholic riff, anyone else find it ironic that we are all so successful and so lost at the same time? Michael swirls his whiskey. Success is just failure with better PR. Fortune cookie wisdom? Tom asks. LinkedIn bio? Michael deepens. Kidding. But seriously, I spent 20 years climbing the wrong mountain. Great view, wrong peak. Sarah nods slowly. I sold my company thinking I'd feel something, freedom, victory. Instead, I feel like I'm grieving someone who's still alive. She pauses. That's someone being me. The conversation flows like the jazz, improvisational but somehow inevitable. We talk about meditation apps that judge our anxiety levels, about family dinners that feel like board meetings, about the weight of being someone's inspiration when you can barely inspire yourself to get out of bed. You know what's wild? I share, surprising myself with the honesty. I place CEOs in million-dollar positions, but some nights I wonder if I'm just redistributing misery. Tom looks at me. Do you ever place someone in a job that makes them happy? Once, I admit. Placed a CFO who quit 6 months later to become a sommelier. His wife sent me a thank you note. I pause. Also a bill for their divorce lawyer. We laugh. That particular central laugh that's equal parts humor and heartbreak. Michael signals for another round. My family had an intervention last month. PowerPoint presentation about my wasted potential. 30 slides. 30? Sarah's eyes widen. With animations, he confirms. My sister works at McKinsey. The jazz quartet launches into awe of me, and we fall into comfortable silence. This is what I love about these nights. How we can share our deepest fear and biggest failures, then return to being sophisticated strangers is intimacy with an exit strategy. Same time next week? Tom asks as the musicians start packing up. I'll be here, Michael says. Same whiskey, different existential crisis. Sarah nods. It's like group therapy with better ambience. As we gather our things, none of us exchange numbers or WeChat contacts. That's not what this is about. We'll see each other at the gym, in the coffee queue, in elevators racing toward meetings we are not sure we want to attend. We'll nod, maybe smile, carrying the secrets of these midnight conversations. It's 2:47 a.m. now, and I'm walking home through Central's empty streets. My heels echo against the pavement. That lonely sound of success walking home alone. The vodka has worn off, but something else lingers. I think about Tom, probably already setting his 5:30 a.m. alarm, preparing to optimize another day of unhappiness. Sarah, maybe staring at her 8-figure bank balance, wondering why it feels so empty. Michael, in his tiny flats in Sham Shui Po, perhaps the only one of us who sleep peacefully tonight. We didn't solve anything, didn't exchange business cards or make plans for coffee. But something happened in that jazz-soaked room that doesn't happen in boardrooms or gyms or WeWork spaces. We told the truth. Tomorrow morning at Pure, Tom and I will nod at each other in the changing room. Same ritual, but different now. Because I know he hasn't slept properly in 6 months. Because he knows I wonder if I'm redistributing misery. We'll carry each other's secrets like invisible tattoos under our workout gear. I wonder what next week will bring. Will we go deeper? Will someone new join our midnight circle? Will we eventually move from sharing problems to finding solutions? Or is the sharing itself the solution? My apartment's building looms ahead, all glass and empty promises. The security guard nods. He's used to my late returns. In the elevator, I catch my reflection. Successful headhunter, award winner, entrepreneur, all true, all incomplete. But tonight, for a few hours, I was just Christine, someone who questions if placing CEO is meaningful, someone who gets it. And in that jazz lounge with those beautiful strangers who aren't strangers anymore, that was enough. Next week, same time, same place, different stories, same truth. We are all just trying to figure out if success is supposed to feel this heavy. Until then, I'll carry their stories with mine. Tom's sleepless nights, Sarah's expensive emptiness, Michael's brave stupidity. Together, we are writing a different narrative about success in this city, one midnight confession at a time. So here's to next week's revelations, to the courage found in shared vulnerability, to the jazz that makes even our uncertainties sound sophisticated. May your own midnight conversations remind you that success without soul is just expensive emptiness. With understanding and a slightly warm martini, Christine. P.S. Dear ones, after your beautiful responses to my first blog about Central's Midnight Souls, I'm turning these encounters into a weekly series. Every week, same jazz lounge, evolving stories. Stay tuned, the best stories unfold one midnight at a time.